What if every sin you've ever committed had to be paid for? And I don't mean guilt, I mean your soul. This is Marvel's darkest anti-hero, the most brutal spirit of vengeance ever created, Ghost Rider. His real name, Johnny Blaze. But Johnny wasn't born a monster. He was just a son, trying to save his dying father. And in a moment of desperation, he made a deal with the devil, his father's life, in exchange for his soul. Worst trade of his life. Because from that night on, every time darkness falls, Johnny transforms. His flesh burns away, his skull ignites, his motorcycle erupts in hellfire, and he becomes the Ghost Rider. His mission: punish the guilty, burn away their sins, consume their souls. And here's the terrifying part. To him, sin is sin. Lying, cheating, corruption, even things you think are small. If you've done wrong, he knows. But Johnny hates this curse. He doesn't want to hurt innocent people. So he isolates himself, leaves the city, moves across the world, lives alone, trying to suppress the rider inside him. But the more he fights it, the stronger it becomes. Until one day, a mysterious priest named Moreau finds him. And Moreau knows exactly who Johnny is. He offers him a deal. Protect a boy, and I'll help you break your curse. The boy's name is Danny, but Danny isn't just any kid. He has a connection to the devil himself, and Johnny isn't the only one looking for him. A team of mercenaries, sent by dark forces, are hunting Danny down. Their leader, Carrigan. Danny and his mother are on the run. Bullets flying, cars crashing, nowhere safe. And that's when Johnny feels it. The fire rising inside him, bones cracking, skin burning. He transforms. Ghost Rider ignites his bike and rockets down the highway at full speed, 180 miles per hour. He arrives just as Danny is about to be taken. The mercenaries freeze, standing in front of them, a blackened flaming skull, chains burning bright red, hellfire pouring from every step. Carrigan orders, "Open fire!" Gunshots explode into the night, but Ghost Rider doesn't fall. He swings his flaming chain, 1 down, 2 down. In seconds, chaos. Then he locks eyes with one of them and unleashes his most terrifying power, the penance stare. It forces you to feel every ounce of pain you've ever caused, every scream, every tear, times 1,000. The man collapses, destroyed by his own sins. Within moments, the entire squad is wiped out. But then, a shotgun blast hits him point blank. He drops. Another shot. And in the confusion, Carrigan grabs Danny and escapes. When Johnny wakes up, he's in a hospital, covered in bullet wounds. Police found him and brought him in. But something's different. He's still alive. And when he tries to leave, he runs into Danny's mother. At first, she thinks Johnny works for the devil. But after a tense conversation, the truth comes out. Danny isn't just connected to evil. He was born for something much darker. And now, the devil is coming to claim what's his. When Danny's mother was on the verge of death, the devil appeared, not with fire, not with chaos, but with an offer. I can save you. There was only one condition. She had to give him a child. That child was Danny. Now everything makes sense. Danny wasn't just being hunted. He was chosen. Johnny immediately realizes if the devil wants the boy this badly, it's not for something small. Meanwhile, Carrigan is furious. He lost several men trying to capture Danny, so he calls the devil and demands more money. Shockingly, the devil agrees without hesitation. Then he does something worse. Through a simple phone call, he casts a spell. Danny's location disappears. Now Johnny can't track him. But why is the devil so desperate? Here's the terrifying truth. The devil walks the earth in human form, but a human body limits his power. It weakens him, so he constantly jumps from body to body, searching for the perfect vessel. And Danny is the perfect vessel. If the devil takes Danny's body, he won't be limited anymore. He'll be unstoppable. Johnny now knows this isn't just about saving a kid. It's about stopping the apocalypse. Johnny and Danny's mother track down a thug who knows where Carrigan is hiding. They find him in an underground fight club. They threaten him. He refuses to talk. But then night falls. Johnny starts shaking. His veins burn. His eyes begin to glow. The rider is coming. The thug panics. He spills everything. Carrigan's at the quarry. Heavy weapons. Full security. That's all Johnny needs. Flames erupt from his body. Outside, his motorcycle ignites on its own. Ghost Rider rides again. He tears down the highway at insane speed. At the quarry, Carrigan is ready. Rocket launchers, machine guns, explosives. This time, they're prepared. The sound of a motorcycle echoes in the distance. Carrigan fires a rocket. Direct hit. A massive explosion lights up the night. For a second, everyone celebrates. Then the smoke clears. Ghost Rider is still standing. Not a scratch. And now, he's angry. The slaughter begins. Chains whip through the air. Men are thrown like toys. One mercenary tries to throw a grenade. Ghost Rider launches into the air. The grenade explodes beneath him. He floats in midair, untouched. The men free freeze in shock. In the next second, he's right in front of them. Bullets rain down. They do nothing. Kerrigan reloads, shaking. Ghost Rider teleports forward and slams him to the ground. Kerrigan fires point blank. Still nothing. Then Ghost Rider climbs onto a massive mining machine. Hellfire spreads through the metal. The entire machine transforms into a flaming weapon of destruction. Now this isn't just revenge. This is judgment. And Kerrigan is about to understand what real fear feels like. The massive mining machine suddenly ignites. Metal turns black. Flames crawl across its surface. In seconds, the giant excavator becomes Ghost Rider's new hell-powered beast. He drives it straight through the quarry, crushing everything. Explosions, gunfire, chaos everywhere. One arms dealer tries to fire again. Too late. A single flaming strike sends him flying. Then Ghost Rider lashes out with his chain and wraps it around Kerrigan's neck, lifting him into the air. And he repeats Kerrigan's own words back to him. Nothing personal. But suddenly, the rider senses something. Danny is gone. He drops Kerrigan and speeds off. Moments later, he reaches Danny's vehicle. He grabs Danny's mother, but then Danny steps out of the car. Let her go. There's no fear in his voice, just power. Ghost Rider stops. The flames begin to fade. Slowly, he transforms back into Johnny. Johnny realizes something important. The devil will never stop hunting Danny. So he calls Moreau. Danny must be hidden somewhere truly safe. Back at the quarry, it's a massacre. Burned metal, destroyed weapons, bodies everywhere. But Kerrigan is still alive, barely breathing, crushed under debris. And then the devil appears. Kerrigan apologizes. I failed you. The devil kneels, places his hand on Kerrigan's chest. Dark energy flows into him. In seconds, Kerrigan stands up. But he's not human anymore. His skin looks decayed, his eyes hollow. Anything he touches rots instantly. Metal rusts, flesh decays. Even air seems to wither around him. And that's not all. He can now drag people into a dark dimension, where he can kill them effortlessly. The devil gives one final warning. Do not fail me again. Kerrigan smiles and goes after Danny. Meanwhile, Johnny, Danny, and his mother reach a hidden monastery. Moreau claims this place can protect Danny and even remove Johnny's curse. They're greeted by another priest, Methodius. Danny is taken somewhere secure, and Moreau prepares to fulfill his promise. But removing the curse isn't simple. On the way, Moreau tells Johnny the truth about the spirit inside him. The entity within Johnny has a name. Zarathos. Long ago, Zarathos was an angel sent to Earth to protect humanity. But humanity betrayed him, lied, corrupted, destroyed everything he believed in. He was dragged into hell, and there, he changed from protector to spirit of vengeance. Johnny is led to a sacred chamber of blinding light, a place meant to purge evil. As he steps inside, his body convulses. Memories flood his mind. The deal with the devil, his father, the flames, the screams. He collapses. Then silence. When Johnny wakes up, the power is gone. He feels normal, human, free. Relieved, he runs to tell Moreau. But something feels wrong. He sees priests dragging Danny outside, preparing something. Not protection, an execution. Johnny realizes the horrifying truth. They never planned to save Danny. They planned to kill him before the devil could take him. Johnny tries to stop them, but he's too weak, too human, and deep inside, something begins to stir again. A spark. A flame. Zarathos is not finished. Johnny tries to fight back, but he's surrounded, outnumbered, powerless. The priests believe killing Danny is the only way to stop the devil forever. Johnny and Moreau are dragged away and locked up. Meanwhile, Danny is taken to a ritual chamber. Symbols carved into stone, torches burning, a circle prepared for execution. A blade is raised, and suddenly, everything goes dark. The priest Sangre finds himself trapped in a shadow dimension, confused, alone. Then a voice echoes, Kerrigan. He steps out of the darkness, no longer human. Sangre tries to fight, but the moment Kerrigan touches him, his body begins to decay, rotting from the inside out. Within seconds, everyone there, except Danny, is dead. When Johnny and Moreau arrive, Danny is gone. Johnny studies the destruction. He knows exactly who did this. Kerrigan made a deal with the devil, and if the devil fully transfers his soul into Danny, Danny won't exist anymore. Tomorrow night, it ends. Even without the rider, Johnny will save him. Kerrigan takes Danny to a place known as the farthest point from heaven, the perfect location for possession. Politicians, assassins, crime lords from around the world, all gathered, all loyal to the devil, all waiting to witness the birth of a new dark king. Meanwhile, Johnny and Moreau prepare for war. Moreau reveals his private weapons vault. Rifles, explosives, sniper rifles. Johnny loads up. No rider? Fine. We do this the hard way. Night falls. The ritual begins. Danny is brought to the center stage. The devil stands before him. Chants echo. Black smoke begins entering Danny's body. And then A sniper shot rings out. 2 guards drop instantly. The first line of defense is broken. Moreau charges from the front. Johnny flanks from behind. Chaos erupts. The ritual falters. The devil turns, and Johnny punches him square in the face. The devil crashes to the ground. But when Johnny rushes to Danny, he hits an invisible barrier. Danny's eyes are different. The possession has begun. Johnny shouts, "Danny, fight it!" The devil, now partially merged, hurls Johnny across the room. On the other side, Moreau is holding the line until Carrigan appears behind him. Carrigan grabs Moreau's weapon. It rusts instantly, disintegrates in his hands. Moreau fights back, but he's just human. Carrigan isn't. Johnny struggles to stand. Enemies surround him. No powers, no rider. Carrigan walks up behind him, places his decaying hand on Johnny's shoulder. Johnny's skin begins to blacken, rotting, dying. It's over. And then, Danny slowly turns toward Johnny. Johnny keeps talking. "You're stronger than him. You're not his weapon." What Johnny doesn't realize, the ritual was interrupted. The devil didn't fully take control. Danny is conscious, and now he has the devil's power. The next second, Danny leaps into the air and lands directly in front of Johnny. And then, hellfire explodes from Johnny's mouth. In seconds, the rider awakens. Outside, his motorcycle ignites, metal twisting, chains rattling. It transforms into the spirit cycle. The enemies try to restrain him. Big mistake. Within seconds, the entire area is cleared. Bodies flying, weapons melting, total chaos. But in the confusion, the devil escapes with Danny. A full-armed convoy tears down the highway. Dawn is breaking, but this time, the rider doesn't transform back. Johnny summons the bike. The engine roars like a demon unleashed. He accelerates, 180 miles per hour. He launches himself onto a moving vehicle and claims a new ride. A flaming possessed truck. Gunfire rains down on him, but it barely scratches him. To the rider, it's nothing. Suddenly, backup arrives from behind. But Carrigan notices. He climbs onto the hood of the vehicle, stares through the windshield, and drags the driver into his shadow dimension. The rider sees it, spins his chain, and in one brutal yank, pulls Carrigan back into the real world. Now, on top of speeding vehicles, monster versus monster. They crash, they roll. Carrigan shifts between darkness and reality, but the rider refuses to fall. He throws Carrigan off, but Carrigan lunges back, pins him down. The hellfire begins to fade. For a second, it looks over. Then Carrigan says something that ignites pure rage. The rider grabs his skull and activates his ultimate weapon, the penance stare. Carrigan is forced to experience every sin, every scream, every soul he destroyed, all at once. His body disintegrates. The biggest obstacle, gone. But the devil is still ahead. The rider speeds forward, swings his chain, hooks the exhaust pipe of the devil's vehicle, and rips it apart. The convoy loses control, smashes through the guardrail, flips, explodes below. Smoke fills the air. The wounded devil crawls out of the wreckage. But this time, the rider doesn't hesitate. No fear, no mercy. He lifts him into the air and sends him back to hell. Balance restored, debt paid. But then, Johnny pulls Danny from the wreckage. Silence, no heartbeat. Danny is gone. His mother collapses, holding her son. Johnny stands there, broken. Then he remembers what Moreau once said. The rider was once an angel. If that's true, maybe that power still exists. Suddenly, blue flames ignite in Johnny's hands. Not hellfire, something purer. He gently touches Danny's face, and instantly, Danny gasps for air. Alive. Johnny feels it, the angel inside him. The curse isn't gone. It evolved. From that day on, he rides with blue flames. To the guilty, he is terror. But to the innocent, he is salvation. A demon's form, with an angel's purpose. So now I want to ask you, which version of Ghost Rider do you prefer? The classic Hellfire Rider or the Blue Flame Angel Rider? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you enjoyed this cinematic breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next story.